Hi guys, so today I'm going to try out the new Spellbinders Large Die of the Month for February 2023. Unfortunately, I know by itself it is sold out for signups for the month until March opens up again. So it is the Spring Reflection set and it's super gorgeous. I already did a whole unboxing, so I talked about it there. So today what we'll do is just play with it. So these items were sent free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own. And any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. So thanks for using those if you would like. So this background die, or this large die matte layer here, it does cut a complete card front 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 if that's what you would like. That's an A2 size card. We have these two guys that I just love it, the way that they included just a way to have fun, right? So these two different styles, so you can choose one or the other if you want to use that kind of little frame piece, which we will do today. This, center kind of matte layer, I suppose you could pair it up with these guys if you want to make like a hole after you put this guy down. I mean, there's lots of fun ways to play with these. And then the reflection pieces. So they've been doing these reflection sets, which I love. I think they're so pretty. But what I love about this one is that they are slightly different. So there are two different ways of playing this up. So as you can see, this larger flower would be this guy, and then like the small guy. And then these little tiny flowers that are here, not super tiny, but they're smaller than obviously these guys. You can cut out all at once, which I love when they do that. Super awesome. And on this side, a couple of the little flowers, but this one has the larger flower with some side looking flowers, right? So these guys that face to the side, and you can put these little centers in there however you like. With these guys, you can put little centers in there, smaller flowers. There's lots of ways to dress these up and have fun. So today I'm going to do something a little bit different with these guys. I think I'm going to cut them from foam and do some stamping, which is always fun. And then we have some sentiments. We have Hello Spring, Thank You, and Happy Easter that you can also cut with this little scalloped like diamond shape. I guess it's a square shape if you have it like this, but the words are set up in a way that's the diamond shape. That keeps popping out of my hand. So let me grab some paper that we will, let me think, what do I want to do? How do I want to do this? I suppose we'll cut our paper from this and then do our stamping. So let me grab paper that I will cut with this and then some other pieces, and I'll be right back. So I have some, a standard A2 size card base from the card kit, 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, square to 4 1/4 if you're making your own. I have this piece of paper. It's just actually marker paper, but what I'm going to do is go ahead and cut this out, just roll that through, and then we'll stamp on this, okay? So in just a minute. So I'll roll this through so we have that. I did bring out some like metallic papers I have in my stash, and I think what I'm going to do is possibly, let's do this one because it has like a floral look to it. I'll cut this guy out twice, so I'll have one for either side. And we definitely want some background paper, of course. I'll choose that in just a minute. Whatever it is, I'll just roll it through and we'll just talk about it at that point. And this pink one I brought out because I would like to do the center with that pink paper. I think that'd be cute. So let me get these things rolled through and I'll be right back. I'm actually going to use this pink paper, but why not, to make a whole matte layer. And I'm going to go ahead and run it through the embossing folder of the month. So again, it's just your folder here with the paper in it, and then one of the cutting plates through the standard, sandwich there. And with Spellbinders, you want your pretty side of the paper facing you. If you want the emboss, right? If you want the deboss, then you would turn it over and have the back side facing you. But I'm going to run that through and I'll be right back. We have a few things. We have this piece that we're going to stamp on in just a minute with a stamp that we're going to create out of foam. And then we have this guy, really tight fit, because this was like, obviously this paper is a lot thicker. I don't know if you can kind of see how it has like little, it's hard to tell, those little holes. So looks great on the front. Looks great on the back. I will just glue this down completely. Oh my gosh, how gorgeous. I mean, that's a lot going on. And then this guy, oh my goodness. So I'm gonna glue that down. I'm gonna glue these down too. And whenever I have something simple like this or very delicate, I put glue on the back of my hand and I dab into it, and then I'll pop it down. Of course, I'll pay attention to like where this would be so I can have that centered nicely. Or you can wait till the end. I just want to glue them down already to not damage any of those things in any way. We're not gluing this down yet though. What I'm going to do is grab a piece of foam. I usually have some just sitting here. Here we go. Let's do green. Why not, since we're doing greenery? I'm not going to keep this as far as like it's not going to be part of my design here. Which one do I want to use? Now we can use both, obviously. You know, they're basically the same width and everything, so they'll fit together if you want slightly different top than the bottom, or however it is that you want to do it. Let's go with this one. So I'm going to run this through. And foam cuts like a dream in any die cutting machine. It's really nice. So I'll quickly run this through and I will be right back. Foam here. Oh my goodness. I'm going to take a minute to clear this out because we definitely want just, you know, the design left. So let me clean these guys out and I'll be right back. So, a couple things. I grabbed some of these like oil pastels. You can do this with water-based markers. You can do it probably with alcoholic markers if you have a spray that will spray alcohol. You can definitely do that. Like a spray bottle with alcohol in it. So when I die cut this, this is what the design would look like, right? If this was paper, I would stick it down, and that's how my design faces. So when I go to stick this down, I'm going to stick it on a stamping block, and I'm going to place it this way. That way the design is the same, because if we flip it, the design's going to be opposite, and I'm sure it'll still line up, but I just want to make sure it's the same as what I would have done originally. And with this kind of thing, I usually just put some stickiness on like a acrylic block. This is repositionable adhesive. I honestly, you can use more permanent stuff. It doesn't matter. You're going to take it off anyway. It'll come off. It's not the biggest deal because it's just a plastic block. But that is repositionable. And this is going to get a little bit messy, so let me bring something out just in case. What I'm going to do is, we need this at the ready, is I have these oil pastels, and unfortunately one of them, the lid was kind of off, so I know it started drying out. But what I'm going to do is just, you really don't even have to color in the flowers because you don't really need the flowers to be colored. What we're looking for is really making sure that our little leaves have enough color, but basically just color the whole thing. That way you don't miss anything, right? Because we're going to top the flower areas anyway. So I'm just using a little bit of that lighter kind of lime green, and then this is a darker one. Just coming in here, making sure we're hitting pretty much everything. And you might have enough color on this that you only have to do this once and it'll be enough for both images, because we're going to stamp this twice. Try to make sure I have enough there. Okay. I think that's enough. I am going to spray this with a little bit of water. I know this is oil pastel, but theoretically this should work. So I sprayed water there. Oh, let me wipe that off. Like I said, you can do this definitely with water-based markers. And I'm just going to line that up and just give it a squish. So it's going to be really kind of artsy, ethereal in the background, okay? That's what I wanted. Like I said, I probably have enough on here, honestly, to spray it again and it'll work, but I'm just going to go through and just add another little coat and spray it, and I'll be right back when I get to that point. Cleaned up just a little bit. And I'm just going to turn this over to make it easy for me instead of trying to flip this guy back over. And we're just going to stamp again right in the center. And there's that one, and it's, you know, slightly different from the first one. We are going to put flowers in these areas, so that's fine. I just wanted that look of like watercolor. I think that's really pretty. So you can definitely wash this off and use it as many times as you like. I mean, it's foam. It's going to last forever. It's not going to biodegrade on you, I'll tell you. But I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so we've stuck that down like I had mentioned before. Just kind of try to split the difference. There's a lot going on with that. Look at that. We'll have this guy on here. But we need our flowers, so I think I'll probably assemble them, you know, put them on here and then stick this guy down. So let's just put that to the side for the moment. And again, I used the one where it was one that's facing forward. And then, you know, whatever you want to do with that as far as playing that up. So I have a few things. I wasn't paying attention to that larger flower now that I think about it. I did grab some colors that would coordinate. This little guy right here is basically to help you finish off these side-facing flowers. And of course it's the green, so you know, generally it would be the same color. Oh, excuse me, my phone vibrated there. That you would have done the green background with, or whatever it is that you choose to do that with. So I just grabbed some paper that's a very coordinating color to what's going on. So I'll have to cut a couple of these. So we just need 2 of them for the side facing ones, and up and bottom. So we need 4, right, of this little guy. Top and bottom. I don't know what I just said. There we go. I really want to play this up. So as far as that pink in the background, I thought, you know what, why don't we make the little flowers pink? But if we're going to do that, we might as well just keep going with it. So I have this also, I think I'm going to do these guys in the foily kind of pink. So it's just kind of in the background peeking out. We do need 12 of these. So there's 9 that cut at once. But if you look at the design, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, I think there's 6, 5. I know there's a 6th one somewhere here. So either way, I'll run this through twice, maybe 1.5 times, I don't know. So we need those guys. And then I thought, well, the top pink, I would just use like a light color like this. So we need to do this twice because we have 2 sets of flowers, right? The top and the bottom. And I think I'm just going to pop some cute centers in the little flowers. You have these centers, definitely you can cut those out. Run that through. But I think what I'll do is like maybe some rhinestones or something. And then this piece that goes in the center of the side-facing flowers, I think I'm going to cut out in that shiny green. And again, so I have some here. Look the way I cut it. I have this piece. So we'll cut that guy out. And I might have enough with this, but maybe I'll run it through twice. I don't know. Generally, actually, if you look at this, these circular ones are what's going to be the center of these flowers. And then these guys that are kind of like a little like oval shape are the centers of the other flowers. So really, we just need 2 sets of each of these guys. And then my larger flower, right? The big boy. So background in pink, this foil pink, and then the topper bit in the soft pink color. And then we'll go from there, see how we do. I'll be right back. Okay, so just to show you right quick, we have those guys. We have the smaller center. We have these guys that we're going to use in just a little bit for the side-facing flowers. We have all of these centers. And you also have background pieces, so if you want to do the centers with backgrounds that pop up, to make them more substantial, you can definitely do that. I'll clean that up before I run it through again. And then I have these shiny ones. Oh my goodness, all my little flowers. Let's get those guys off of here. They're really dug in there. And then we have these background pieces. And with these guys, again, do you want to pop them up? Do you want to give them their own dimension? I'm just going to stick that down. Basically one over the other. And then these guys, just got our little flowers. I just want these side guys. Okay, so like these guys here, and this is a larger one, so I'm just going to put some glue in here. And I'm going to get like this guy peeking out, and then this piece on top. And again, they can be flat like that. You can give them some dimension. I think they look pretty however you want to do them. And do the same thing with the little guy. It's this one that's kind of oblong, sits there, this guy on top. And then for our larger flower, we have the larger little circle. And, oh, got a little something stuck on there. This guy can go in the center. And I'm just leaving it open like that. Okay? So and our larger flowers, we have the side-facing ones. I do want to say they also have that little bit at the bottom here of the side-facing ones. I think they looked about the same size, but maybe one's a little bit smaller. It would be negligible. Let me just make sure I have this cut right way. And sorry, I know I'm out of frame. It's a little guy, I gotta be able to see it over here. And we're just adding that little bit of green at the base of this one, and I'll do the same thing for the base of this one. And then we have our little flowers. So I'm gonna start adding them in now. We can definitely shape them if you want to. Maybe what I would do is get like a foam piece and just kind of push them down in the center so that they kind of curl up. You know, if you want to have a little bit of shape. Otherwise, we can just pop them down. So whatever it is that you want to do with that. Let's see here. So let's bring this guy back. Oh, how pretty. We have our little flowers here. And you will definitely have a carrier sheet that goes, shows you some inspo and all that, or gives you some inspo. I'm just going to take these pieces and I'm just going to pop them again on those green areas that we created. Okay, so there's 2 there. There's clearly one going to be right here. There's supposed to also be one like in here, and since, you know, it's kind of stylized, I'm just going to pop it in there wherever I think. So I'm kind of covering up the green. A little bit's peeking through in the back. That's okay. We have tons of flowers here. And on your inspo sheet, you'll see that there's another one up here and one more like right in here. Okay. And I'm just placing them down first. Why not? Pop that little guy there. And then one like in here. Okay. And then we have our flowers. Do we want to pop them up? Do we want to just leave them? I'm just going to leave them, and I'm putting the glue on the base. It's just easy to see. You can put them on the flower itself. And, you know, there's the flower shape there, so I'm just going to pop that in there. That looks good. Gorgeous. How fun is that, you guys? Oh my gosh. And then we have our two little side-facing flowers. The larger guy goes over here. And then, these are so pretty. Oh my gosh. And then the smaller guy goes over here on this side. And I will do the same thing on the other side here. So hopefully you see kind of what that looks like and how pretty that is. And I'll just turn this over and do exactly the same thing. Big flower, our little flowers, side facers, and I'll be right back. Some flowers here. Look how gorgeous that is. Oh my goodness. Love it. We're definitely going to pop that up, maybe with some lower profile dimensionals. And then we have this guy, and I think what I'll do, since we did a lot of the pink and all those different things, maybe I'll run this through that softer pink. So thank you, happy Easter, and hello spring. Let's do thank you. So I'm just going to pair those up together, tape them down so they don't move, and run it through the lighter pink paper, and I'll be right back. Go ahead and put some dimensionals on the back of this guy. And we're just going to pop it on here. Straight as steady as we go there. And then this little guy, oh my goodness, how cute. So this do pretty much cut all the way through. If they don't, like as you can see, some of these aren't exactly done. Just kind of clean it up. So I just use like my pokey tool because it does actually fall out. So I just clean them up. And again, you can pop another, you know, die cut behind it if you want as like a background layer. Let me get that little guy, there we go. And should I get the end center part? I think we're okay. So we have this guy. Again, you can put another piece behind it because I don't know if you can see. You can actually see through it. I know it might be hard to tell. But I'm going to put some low profile adhesive on that. So maybe just there and here. And then I'm going to finish off by putting some little Spellbinders gems and the flowers, the smaller flower centers. Again, you do have centers here that you can just run through and use that instead. But we are going extra on this one, so let's put that right in the center. Before I give it a squish, I just want to see that's pretty centered. That looks good. There's that guy. And then I have these Color Essential gems in opal. I thought that would be nice. I'm going to pop them in those little centers. And then, you know, I even have some extra little flowers if you wanted to kind of bring these guys in, and, you know, you can, oh, hold on. Stick them here and there. But I think that is a deluxe card made in a really fun way. I mean, we have like this little guy. Maybe you want to put him off to the side or whatever, right? You have plenty. And again, I'm just going to pop these guys into the small flower centers. I'll have images coming up. I'll have the links in the description box. Like I said, the large die by itself is already sold out for the month, along with several other club kits. So, you know, we'll look forward to next month. All right, guys, I'm going to place those in there. Thank you so much, Spellbinders, for these items for review. I mean, that is beautiful. Just playing up papers, a little bit of watercolor stamping, really fun. It just softens everything. I just love that. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll have images coming up again. Links will be in the description box, and I'll see you all at the next one. Bye now.